ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930 present The Drive.
It is Tuesday, August 18th. Your drive begins now on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann, with our text line now open, 304-396-TALK. That is 304-396-8255. Today, we had a media availability at Marshall University. Chance to catch up with a few players and coaches. We're going to bring that to you in just a few minutes. And, of course, after we get the text lines open, we'll hear from you as well. Couple of news items coming out today from the Thundering Herd. First up, we got the fall schedule for softball. We'll start off with that. So, here's the deal. You're going to have 7 home games, 9 dates, 7 home games at Dot Hicks Field. And all the home games are going to be 10 innings. So that is good news right there. So really take advantage of the fall schedule as much as you possibly can. Now, the first one is going to be on Friday, October 2nd. That's going to be home against Morehead State. So that time yet to be determined. We don't have really times. Oh, I'm sorry. Before that, I jumped ahead. Sunday, September 27th versus Fairmont State. That's a 1 p.m. game. Then the Morehead State game is going to be on October 2nd. That's a Friday contest. No time on that yet. 1 p.m. Sunday, October 4th versus Ohio. Again, that's at the Dot. And then Friday, October 9th versus Miami. That's 5 p.m. And that's going 10 innings. So all the home games are going 10 innings. The Herd's going to be on the road Saturday, October 17th at Kentucky, 2 p.m. there, 7 innings. October 18th, Sunday, make the best of your travel situation, White. Taking on Transylvania. That's going to be a noon contest. That's going 10. And then back home at the Dot, October 23rd versus Glenville State, 5 p.m. That's going 10. You got the Home Run Derby on Saturday, October 24th. The green versus black intra-squad game at 1 p.m. Derby's at noon. Friday, October 30th versus West Virginia State, 5 p.m., 10 innings. So there you have it. You got an idea of what's going to look like. There's also going to be a Halloween trick-or-treat event following that October 30th contest. So if you got the youngsters, take them out, get the trick-or-treats going, dress them up. How many of you can maybe pull together a Coach Z costume? That would be fun, wouldn't it? I think so anyway. We've got the fall schedule coming up, and we'll remind you more about that. And, of course, soccer's coming up here the next couple of days. A Herd at home. The women are on the road with the men defending the home pitch. So we'll have Bobby Iddings joining us on Thursday to tell us more about that men's matchup. We've got baseball action coming up tonight for you. Last night it was the Tigers getting the better of the Pirates 8-5. Game 2 is coming up tonight. 6:40 first pitch will go on the air a little bit sooner than that. Right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. It was a doubleheader yesterday, a makeup game and the regular game. Cardinals got the first one of that doubleheader 2-1 against the Reds, and then the Reds won the second one in 10, 6-5. Game 3 is coming up tonight, 6:40 first pitch as well. And the Guardians had the night off yesterday. Back at it tonight. Giants are in Cleveland, 6:40 airtime there. So we're going to get to the player interviews in just a few minutes. We've got a couple of coaches as well. We got Rob McDowell, running back coach. Also, Dean Hood, safeties coach. A couple of player interviews. We got Jalen Slappy. We've got Zion Turner. We've got Eddie Pleasant III. We also have got you. So let me get that text line out to you one more time. 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. That is the number to be a part of today's show here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. And, of course, looking forward to hearing from you as we are just that much closer to the start of football season. Do you feel it yet? Are you excited at this moment just yet? Have you got to that point? Is it, wow, it's coming up really fast? Or is it, yeah, we got a few more weeks, Paul? I think it's coming up really fast. That's where I'm at with that right now. Because yesterday it felt like, hey, we got a whole summer still to go. And now here we are getting ready for football. So we've got player interviews. We'll get to that in due time. We've got coaches interviews. We'll get to that in due time as well. And we will get to your text on this edition of Your Drive, ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. White elastomeric roof coating stops leaks and restores flat roofs. It lowers roof temperature by reflecting heat from the sun, helping you save on energy costs. And it's easy to apply with a brush, roller, or sprayer. Shop our entire selection of roof coatings today on Menards.com. Plus, check our weekly flyer for all of the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Hometown Chevrolet is your home for the new 30-mile-per-gallon Chevy Trax SUV with 2.9% financing available. They also have 0% financing for a full 5 years on new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500s, plus no payment for 90 days and free oil changes for life. Their used vehicles are priced to move with the payments you want. From low APRs to credit rebuilding, they've got you covered. Together, let's drive. Hometown Chevrolet, Waverly, Ohio. The heartbeat of America. Everything you need right here at home. Offer ends 8/31/26.
Summer starts here. It's the Moses Auto Mall of Huntington Ninth Street Live every Friday night in Huntington. Presented by Michelob Ultra, White Claw, Big Timber, and Country Boy Brewing. Friday, August 14th, it's Warner Law Office Night featuring the sounds of Cruise Avenue. The Little Caesars Kids Zone is back and Gomart Happy Hour starts at 5. Enjoy Ninth Street Libations from the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe, Sip Downtown Brasserie, and Summit Beer Station. Featuring Tito's, Milagro Tequila, Rebel Bourbon, High Noon, and Lucky One. The after-show party takes place at Jerks at Pullman Square. Mark your calendars for August 28th with The Chase. Sponsored by Wendy's, Huntington Beverage Center, Sods, Apex Tech, The Great Outdoors Marine, Village Caregiving, Thoroughbred Express Wash, the City of Huntington, Marshall University, Blanco Glass Company, Marshall Health Network Arena, and Kidron Communications.
Looking for a financial partner that puts people first? At Huntingtonized Federal Credit Union, you're more than just an account number. You're family. Whether you're buying a car, saving for the future, or looking for a checking account that fits your lifestyle, Huntingtonized is here to help you with friendly local service that you can trust. Stop by the main office at 481 West 8th Avenue in Huntington or learn more online at huntingtonized.com. Huntingtonized Federal Credit Union, serving our community and helping our members achieve more, one financial goal at a time. Our Kidron Communications family of stations reminds you of the need for blood donations to the Red Cross. Blood is always needed. It may save your life or the life of a loved one. This reminder is brought to you in part by
Best Deal Equipment, the best deal on farm and industrial equipment. Tractors, skid steers, excavators, and dozers with on-the-spot financing. 5000 Ripley Road in Collegeville, West Virginia. Wolf Mountain Entertainment of Pomeroy, Ohio. Bringing Main Street magic to you.
My dad, he's a double amputee, and he's one of my favorite people in the world. To me, a hero is someone who fights for our country and freedom. My dad is a hero. Homes for Our Troops built this house, and it's basically made for him. My dad can get through the wide doorways. When he is making our lunch, he can reach anything we need. He'll help me build tiny projects. Life is good here. Without Homes for Our Troops, we'd be living in a home that didn't have all these features that helped him.
Homes for Our Troops builds and donates specially adapted custom homes nationwide for severely injured post-9/11 veterans and enables them to rebuild their lives.
If they get a new house like this one, it'll help them do normal life. My dad's not just a hero, he's my hero.
Join our mission at hfotusa.org.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard, so you don't need to sell all your belongings and live in a commune.
These dungarees belong to all of us now, Tom.
You don't need to get a second job as a stuntman.
We need a new stuntman!
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
listening to The Drive with Paul Swann on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
We continue with your Tuesday edition of The Drive right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Our text line always open, 304-396-TALK. That is 304-396-8255. Welcome back to today's edition of The Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. We'll get your text in just a few minutes. First of all, though, let's get to some coaches' interviews from today's media availability. Now, if you were following along, you know that Coach Gibson on Saturday wasn't pleased with the performance of the offense in the scrimmage compared to the defense. Very happy with the defense, thought they brought it. Offense, he's not worried, thinks everything's fixable. He's got the guys to do it, but he just wasn't happy with the way that the team, at least on the offensive side, performed, or just maybe not their best work thus far. And so that's going to take us where we go for a lot of these interviews today. But let's get caught up, first up, with Rod McDowell, running back coach, kind of get a feel for, where's he at looking at Saturday compared to where they're at this point. And let's get his evaluation of at least where his group is in the grand scheme of things.
I feel great. Everybody just competing and having fun. I tell our guys, man, don't worry about the trees, sharpen your axe. And every single day, our guys have been just going at it 24/7. I think I have a good leadership group as far as Barbie and Judah and TJ Lester, following with Quinn. And the young guys after that, Drew and Coy, has came in and just been excellent for us.
Yeah, last year it was kind of running back by committee, and all four of them were pretty good. Some of these guys maybe the fans don't know, but
it's a standard. Coach Gibson and Coach Smith has set a standard for us. And the only thing we're doing is following it. And it's a blessing for us to go every day and just compete. And that's the biggest thing in our room. I tell each other, man, Barbie, hey, you the guy, but here's the thing is we need Judah, we need TJ Lester to come in, contribute, and help. And that's one thing I like about the guys that we have. Everybody knows their role, and everybody just competing, no matter what it is.
We were talking to Judah last week, I think, about just his toughness, man. Is that the first thing you notice about him, and everything else just falls into place?
We need 20 more Judahs. I mean, and I say that to a point where he's leading every group, every workout. He's showing them early, getting extra treatment. And I tell our guys, the running back room, be a pro. And Judah has been that and accomplished a lot of stuff ever since he's been here.
I ask you about Coy, what he brings to the room. Like, I feel like anybody who saw him at Martinsburg knew he has this kind of ability and everything, but just what have you seen out of him and his growth?
Coy has brought a lot of speed, man. His knowledge from the quarterback to the running back position has been very excellent for us. Him learning and developing into a running back, but also his speed. Like I say, hey, use your superpowers. You got speed, use it. And it's been a good excitement to see him involved into a complete running back for us this summer.
Was that refreshing to see how he adapted to the change? I mean, some guys maybe would pout or whatever, but he handled that well, huh?
And it comes from just understanding your role. Coach Gibson and Coach Smith has allowed me to, then take a guy like Cora and put him under my wings. But it ain't just me, it's the leadership in this room. When you got Barbie, when you have Judah and TJ and Drew, all those guys that are running backs, say, hey, come on, embrace him. When you embrace him, it makes the transition easier for him. So our leadership in our running back room has been good for that transition for him.
How good is it to have, a group of different, skills or anything else that running back? How does it make everybody better and just provide depth for you guys?
For us this year, no one's the same. And that's what I like about our room. We have a different type of elements as far as Barbie and TJ and Judah and Quinn. And everybody's different. And when you got a lot of different tools, man, it's a good thing to have where you got your speed, your power, and you got guys that got both. So it's a blessing to have those mixture of guys and compete 24/7. That's what I like.
That's a little more just coming off the scrimmage to now, just what you thought about how the weekend went and coming into practice today.
Today it was better. The sense of urgency, our offense, and it's gonna start up front. The trenches going to dictate where we go. And I tell our running backs, man, when they lead, we follow. And we got to set the tone every single day, no matter what it is, man. Our energy, our demeanor, every time we touch this field, we got to bring that energy that needs for this team.
And that's a quick look at how things are progressing so far from Marshall running backs coach Rod McDowell And then on the flip side, we've got Dean Hood. A little bit of a different story there. Safeties coach. You know how that defense looked on Saturday, according to Coach Gibson? They were pretty good. He was very happy. What's the safeties room looking like? We'll start with Saturday and, of course, moving our way up to what's been happening these last few days. Let's just get Dean's evaluation of where his group's at and how things are going.
Well, I mean, safeties, nickels, I think are doing really good. I thought scrimmage, we were very high pace. We got, some kids with a lot of game experience, so they were playing really, really fast. Of course, Coach Rod throws a lot at you, offensively. So the kids got to think pretty quickly. And I really think they, came out Sunday and Tuesday played good because they, scrimmage, I thought defense played good as a whole. And sometimes, you get that letdown. Offense is mad. They're ready to come out, and so if you don't rise to the challenge there, you have a bad day. And I don't feel like we have. I don't think we've been as good as we were on the scrimmage, but I thought we still were really efficient Sunday with all of our corrections and stuff that we did, and then today.
Coach Gibson kind of didn't hide it that he wasn't happy with the offense, but some of that credit goes to you guys on the other side, right? It's a little battle of semantics sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's never as good as you think it is, never as bad as you think it is. I think offensively, they missed some stuff. It wasn't necessarily that we dominated. I mean, there were some guys open deep, and they didn't hit them. It was an overthrow or something. So. It's sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good, and we got lucky on some plays. I do think our kids played pretty well, though. Yeah.
Do you feel like your group may be, your defense has sort of been retooled, lost a lot of talent from last year, but you've got a lot of talent back in the backside. You feel like that's going to be one of the strong points?
I mean, I'm really fortunate. I mean, first of all, got Coach Dillon help me with the nickels, and we got experience there. With JPL coming back. Zaw's a guy he's younger, but really football smart. So we're good there at the safety spot, with getting Rente from NC State. Wody coming back. I mean, he could have went into the draft and chose to come back, for that other year. And then Caleb, Caleb's, I think he broke his thumb or something last year, so he didn't get to, play a lot, but he's a really, really good football player. And then, Tristan Lester is beyond his years, ready to go as a youngster. And then Pete Shue, that kid's played a lot of football. So, I mean, we are deep, I think, at the safety spot, and got guys with a lot of game experience, and I think we're good at the nickel spot.
How does that depth kind of help the, just the camp phase in the spring in terms of helping you guys get ready, and sure just helps everybody get done a little bit quicker, right?
Yeah, well, big time. I've been rotating, Wody and Caleb and Rente with the ones, so that's kept some reps off of them, and that's good. And that's a good thing to have if you're fortunate enough to keep those guys healthy going into a game, because you play two guys the whole game, you get in that fourth quarter, their tongues hanging out, and then all of a sudden they're not making some plays that they, could make physically. So having three guys, a three-man rotation is going to be really helpful.
Is it special for the defense to have so much, head coaching experience and stuff like that to kind of help you guys out in terms of, getting things ready and all of it?
Well, we got a defensive head coach. That always helps, because I think you can defensively, if you have an offensive head coach, I think, on the defense side, you kind of feel like, you might have missed something, we don't miss anything, with Coach Gibson. He's detailed. He's got a defensive mindset. So because of that, we practice every scenario, not to say he slights the offense. He doesn't, but he just has that, he's got those defensive glasses on. And I think that helps us because we're not going to miss being prepared for anything.
You hear that, right? We're not going to miss being prepared for anything. And I've said that a couple of times now. I do not expect the Marshall defense to be off kilter. I do not expect the Marshall defense to look out of sorts. I do not expect the Marshall defense to come unprepared. I do not expect the Marshall defense to come at it half energy. I expect that unit to want to maybe showcase why, hey, we got a defensive-minded coach here. We got to look good for coach. I think he's not playing favorites, but, he's looking at that unit like, okay, guys, don't make me look bad. I'm supposed to be a defensive guy, right? Don't make me look bad over here. And that is a detail that's going to pay dividends because as the old saying goes, it was even, you remember when when spray painting was airbrush, yeah, people would get stuff airbrushed on their sweatshirts. We got to go back a ways for that when that was cool. Somebody, when I was at Huntington High, had on their sweatshirt, offense sells tickets, defense wins championship. I mean, okay, at the time I'm like, who are you trying to motivate here? Who are you trying to motivate here? But you get the point. This team is good defensively. It's going to really pay off dividends because you get that ball back to the offense, and if the offense is really good, this is going to feed into one another. Defense feeds the offense. Offense goes and does something with it. Get that defense back out there. They do it again. So I'm expecting good things from the defense. No pressure whatsoever, but still, I expect the defensive unit. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say that defensive unit's probably going to be among the better units that we see all year long. Offense will pick it up, but I just think, look, defense is going to come out all guns a-blazing, especially since you've got, let's be honest with you, you've got some good talent on that defensive side. Text line 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Texter says, hi, Paul. I listened to the show yesterday and heard the good news that Boogie was able to come back for another year. Are there any other student athletes that will be coming back for an additional year? Thanks. I think the big ones there, Boogie Trotter obviously is one of the big ones there, and I'm going to miss somebody. Bryce Blevins is coming back. That's a big one right there. Noah Ashuti, that just came out. He's coming back. That's going to be a big one right there for the soccer team. Bailey Fisher's coming back. I'm sure I've missed a few, but those maybe are some of the big ones off the top of my head. The NCAA created a problem here with its new rule. It should have looked at the class that had just finished and go, okay, how do we make this fair? The class of 2023 is going to benefit from this rule, 24, 25, 26, and the incoming class is going to be under this rule. But the class that's not going to benefit from this rule change, or it's going to be impacted, is the class of 2022. And so all the NCAA had to do to avoid any litigation, or at least most of it, and to avoid any PR black eyes, is say, look, we're going to enforce these rules, and classes that are in now, this is where you're at. You extend that class's eligibility by that year. I don't think you have a problem. Now, eventually you're going to have that rule to enforce if you're going to live by that rule. But right now, with the challenges to the rule, and what do you do if everything gets overturned? I don't know how this is going to play out, but at this point, this might not get overturned. Football season might be over. What are you going to do now? No sense in overturning it there. No sense, and you can't enforce it. So if they're deemed eligible, I think let them play. If there's a roster spot, let them play. And that's going to be dependent on the school. And for Marshall, if there's roster spots, let them play. I mean, Boogie was coming back. Nobody in their right mind was sitting there thinking, is there going to be a roster spot for Boogie Trotter? Nobody in their right mind was sitting there going, yeah, I don't know about that. There might not be a spot for him on this team. Yeah, there's a spot for him on this team. And Noah Ashuti, yeah, there's a spot for him. Bryce Blevins, yeah, there's a spot for him. They got a spot for him. All right, our text line, 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. We've got more from today's media availability, and we've got your text all on this edition of The Drive. It is ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Metro Community Federal Credit Union now brings you all the tech that big banks have, but still has that personal touch of a member-owned community credit union. Apple Pay? Got it. Digital wallet? Yep. Message pay by text, online loan payments, even chatting with a real person, not a bot. Open accounts, sign documents, and manage your money all online. It's the big bank tech you need from the local community-minded credit union you trust. Metro Community FCU. Visit metrocommunityfcu.com today.
Looking for more than just a job? Build a career with CJ Hughes Construction in Huntington, West Virginia. For more than 80 years, CJ Hughes has been building the infrastructure that keeps our communities moving, and now they're looking for great people to join the team. They're hiring CDL dump truck drivers, Class A starting at $26.50 an hour and Class B at $23.50. They also have openings for heavy equipment operators, laborers, servicemen, and fusion professionals, pipe layers, and flaggers with competitive pay based on your position and experience. If you're reliable, have a strong work ethic, a valid driver's license, can pass a pre-employment drug screen, have a clean background, and are willing to travel, they want to hear from you. Enjoy competitive pay, medical, dental, and vision insurance, a company match 401k, paid vacation, and opportunities to grow your career. Apply today at cjhughes.com or call 304-522-3868. That's cjhughes.com or 304-522-3868. CJ Hughes Construction, safety, quality, production.
No matter where you are in life, Mount West Community and Technical College isn't just about an education. It's a step toward your future. We provide the hands-on support you need with classes that fit your life. At Mount West, we know you by name because here, you're more than just a number. Mount West Community and Technical College, because you matter here. Visit mctc.edu to apply today.
Christopher's Eats has a brand new website. Visit Christopher'sEatsWV.com. That's Christopher'sEatsWV.com. The website may be new, but it's still the same great eats you love from Christopher's, Route 60 Huntington. Order online for pickup or delivery. Make a reservation, place a catering order, check out upcoming events, browse the latest cocktails, and see what's on tap all in one place. Christopher'sEatsWV.com. That's Christopher'sEatsWV.com. New website, same great eats.
The future depends on teachers. Every day, teachers are shaping our tomorrows, starting their students on journeys that will change the course of history. Right now, in a classroom somewhere in the United States, there's a teacher inspiring a future scientist who will make preventing pandemics their life's work, sharpening the mind of an aspiring environmentalist who will help combat climate change, and generating possibilities for a student who will be the first in their family to graduate college. It all starts with teachers who meet challenges with creativity, who reinvent education for the future, who work towards a school system that lifts up every child, regardless of race, income, or zip code, and who enable the full potential of our students, our communities, and our country. Explore a career that leaves a legacy you can be proud of. Shape the future. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
11-year-old Hazel lives in a place that's rich in many things, but not money. As a young child, her job is to play, grow, and learn. But for kids like her in the world's poorest places, poverty gets in the way. There was a time when Hazel had to trek more than 2 hours every day to collect water from a dirty river. Once, when she got a life-threatening infection and her mother had no money for a hospital, Hazel nearly died. But thanks to Child Fund supporters, Hazel and her community now have clean drinking water and access to healthcare. And Hazel has a better chance to fulfill her potential. Child Fund works in 24 countries to make sure children grow up healthy, educated, self-sufficient, and safe, wherever they were born. Why? Because Child Fund knows the promise inside every child is greater than the poverty around them. Learn more at childfund.org.
This is The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Follow at Paul Swann on X for Marshall sports updates and more.
We continue with your Tuesday edition of The Drive here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Our text line is 304-396-TALK. Brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shop. We had a media availability today at Marshall University, so we're bringing all of that to you. We've got a few player interviews. Up next, we have got redshirt junior cornerback Eddie Pleasant III, and of course, the theme with the offensive guys. Coach just not pleased with the way that the offense performed, the way the offense looked on Saturday. Eddie talked about that and how things have been progressing since that Saturday scrimmage for the Thundering Herd.
I feel like everything's going well. I feel like we could set the tone up during stretches, just have more energy. But besides that, defense and offense, we've been consistent. We're not great. We're not at the standard we want to be, but we're competing every day. We got great depth at receivers and great depth at DBs, and we just pushing each other every day. And we got great quarterback depth. Like, they throwing that ball every day, and we making plays. But this is going to be a special year for sure. I'm excited.
I don't think Coach Gibson hit it when he wasn't happy with the offense the other day, but some of that's on the defense playing well, right?
Right.
There's a little mixture of both, right?
Yeah, Gibby just a competitor. He always got some things to say. We all got things that we don't like or we do like, but Gibby know the offense can do better. I didn't think they played awful or however he said it, but I just feel like the defense, we just have a mindset just to step up every day. Even though we tired, we just different. We just got to push them guys, but they make us better as well. Some days they have the better hand, and some days we'll have the better hand of them. Right. Every play is important. Every play you got to treat it like a game rep because everybody's watching, and that's how they make their reevaluations and all that. But we got to treat everything like a game, and we can't set no plays off because as soon as you take a play off, that's how you get beat, and that's how they punch you in the chin. We just got to keep putting the foot on the gas. Just every day we got to be consistent.
I know it's play by play, Eddie, but are you in the back of your mind? Are you thinking about Penn State? Is that something that you're emulating, or just?
I mean, we're prepping on them, but right now I'm just thinking about us because it's always going to be us versus us. Every day is going to be a 1-0 mentality. Penn State, we got them a couple, 2-3 weeks, but right now we got bigger things to focus, which is us. And once we do that, we'll start prepping for them.
That is Eddie Pleasant III, redshirt junior cornerback, addressing that feeling that, the offense had some work to do. Here's a guy that can really speak to it. You know that Carlos Del Rio Wilson is more than likely your guy, but keeping him honest and pushing him is definitely a quarterback that can go when called upon, and that's Zion Turner. And Zion talked about it as well. Being a quarterback, sometimes you get the heat as far as maybe the offense didn't perform well, not necessarily in all phases. Somebody didn't block well, somebody didn't get open. But as the quarterback, sometimes it gets directed toward you. Here's what Zion had to say about Coach not being pleased with the offense and where the team is at now compared to where it was just a few days ago.
Yeah, I think Saturday was a day that we all needed for the offense as a whole to just every position to look in the mirror, find our identity and find out like who's our guys and who really wants it, who doesn't. And I think it was just a great lesson for us as an offense as a whole, and it was a great opportunity for us to come together even closer, after a day like that and just build and come into practice today and have an even better practice.
How have you into that quarterback room? You got a lot of talent there, and anybody can go at any time. Was that sort of your mindset, just be ready and be ready when they call you?
I think you pretty much nailed it. We all can go. We all started games. We all understand our experience. But I think what was most intriguing about our room is that we learn off each other. There are certain things that 7 may can do better than me, or I may do this better than 7, or with number 4. Same things. With Khalil, it's we all learn off each other and work off each other. And I like the fact that we're all connected with one another and not afraid to ask each other questions or reach out to another for help.
That's the part of the deal where you guys got to be tight in. Otherwise,
Right.
it gets maybe
Right.
cutthroat. It's not like that with you.
Right. No, it's not. And I think it's all circled around us winning. We all want to win. We all been to different programs and had our own outcomes. We all just want to win right now. And that's the best thing for Marshall, and that's the best thing for our team.
How important is it for the progression to have, the group that you guys have, to where just about any rep that you take, no matter who's out there, you guys are getting good out of it, right?
Yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. It's something I never really got to experience until this year. We experienced a little bit last year, but it's different this year because, like you said, we all can go and we all can play at a very high level, and it's kind of fun to see those guys make plays and look at reads, and then I'm sitting back there watching. It's like, dang, I might not have did that, but now I know I can do that. Or, you know, certain things just, like I said, feeding off each other and just taking those reps and just learning different things. And Coach Smith, actually, our coach, does a great job of meshing us together and teaching us all the, you know, his offense. So it's been fun.
Heard a lot of guys talk about just like strength training and stuff this offseason. I saw a story someone wrote about like Braden Ward and what he's done and Kenyatta and how he's squatting. Like on offense, are there any of those guys that are kind of sticking out? Like, man, these guys are crazy strong. And it's
Judah Price.
Yeah.
Man, he's probably the strongest guy on the team per like metric unit. I think he definitely is. Like, man, he has me in there some days more, making me lift even more. So, and another guy, I would have to say, surprisingly, Christian Hamilton. He surprised me with his upper body strength a little bit, because I take pride about upper body strength a little bit, benching and stuff like that. We get after it on bench. This summer I got a chance to bench with him, so it's pretty exciting. Yes, sir.
I know you don't think Penn State right now because it's down the road, but it's in the back of your mind, right? As you go through every drill, this is what you're building for, right?
Right. And now starting to get into that film and break down these teams and learn their tendencies and know what we can do. It's still right now we're in the part of camp of figuring out what we do our best, you know, but still, like you said, slowly but surely translating those things into Penn State. Yes, sir.
All right. We come back with more, including Jave Gilmore and Jalen Slappy, and your text 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. Thanks for being a part of today's Tuesday edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. White elastomeric roof coating stops leaks and restores flat roofs. It lowers roof temperature by reflecting heat from the sun, helping you save on energy costs. And it's easy to apply with a brush, roller, or sprayer. Shop our entire selection of roof coatings today on Menards.com. Plus, check our weekly flyer for all of the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
It's Saturday night in the jungle. The Bengals host the Chicago Bears on August 22nd at 7 p.m. for our second preseason home game. It's one more chance to see this refreshed team at preseason pricing.
Bring your friends and family. Enjoy pregame at the Banks, then head into Paycor Stadium for a fun night of football. Let's pack the house.
Come rule the jungle with us. To get your seats, visit Bengals.com/tickets.
Summer starts here. It's the Moses Auto Mall of Huntington Ninth Street Live every Friday night in Huntington. Presented by Michelob Ultra, White Claw, Big Timber, and Country Boy Brewing. Friday, August 14th, it's Warner Law Office Night featuring the sounds of Cruise Avenue. The Little Caesars Kids Zone is back and Gomart Happy Hour starts at 5. Enjoy Ninth Street Libations from the Marshall Hall of Fame Cafe, Sip Downtown Brasserie, and Summit Beer Station. Featuring Tito's, Milagro Tequila, Rebel Bourbon, High Noon, and Lucky One. The after-show party takes place at Jerks at Pullman Square. Mark your calendars for August 28th with The Chase. Sponsored by Wendy's, Huntington Beverage Center, Sods, Apex Tech, The Great Outdoors Marine, Village Caregiving, Thoroughbred Express Wash, the City of Huntington, Marshall University, Blanco Glass Company, Marshall Health Network Arena, and Kidron Communications.
Looking for a financial partner that puts people first? At Huntingtonized Federal Credit Union, you're more than just an account number. You're family. Whether you're buying a car, saving for the future, or looking for a checking account that fits your lifestyle, Huntingtonized is here to help you with friendly local service that you can trust. Stop by the main office at 481 West 8th Avenue in Huntington, or learn more online at huntingtonized.com. Huntingtonized Federal Credit Union, serving our community and helping our members achieve more, one financial goal at a time. Our Kidron Communications family of stations reminds you of the need for blood donations to the Red Cross. Blood is always needed. It may save your life or the life of a loved one. This reminder is brought to you in part by
WVU Medicine Jackson General Hospital, leading healthcare across our region, serving Jackson and Mason counties. BrodyNash.com, Century 21's top realtor since 2015, proudly serving West Virginia, Ohio, and Kentucky.
Imagine
Imagine being denied an apartment because of your religion, or your race, or because you have children, or a disability.
It's so wrong.
Yes, but who has the power to stop this?
You do. Each of us has the power. The law is on your side. It's illegal for landlords to discriminate because of race, color, religion, sex, national origin, disability, or familial status. If you suspect that you have experienced housing discrimination, file a complaint with HUD immediately so we can investigate it. Fair housing is your right.
Use it.
To learn more, visit hud.gov/fairhousing. That's hud.gov/fairhousing. Or call 1-800-669-9777. 1-800-669-9777. A public service message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
This is The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Miss an episode? Catch it anytime on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Continuing on with today's edition of The Drive on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. I'm your host, Paul Swann. Our text line, we bring it to you every day thanks to Clark's Pump and Shop at 304-396-TALK, 304-396-8255. While we were on the air, Marshall University releasing a new initiative. Also, there's a social media post about it as well, but you can head over to herdzone.com and read more about it. It basically outlines Marshall's vision for the upcoming season and beyond. It's going to go under the banner of one goal, one herd. And of course, I don't think anyone can argue otherwise. That year one has been very successful for Marshall University's Vice President and Director of Athletics, Gerald Harrison. He's been very successful. And of course, the release outlining the vision also highlights some of the things that Marshall has been able to accomplish in the first year. And rightfully so. One of the first things that's highlighted is the actual grade point average of the student athlete. Overall, 3.43. I'm a huge proponent in that. This is not a system where you just show up and all you do is sports. That's it. It's not, honestly, it's not something that you should just take lightly. I know there have been some, what was it, Adam Pac-Man Jones, didn't he say something about, going to WVU? It's like, yeah, no, we didn't do schoolwork. We did football. We didn't do school. No, I don't think that's the right way. And of course, now with the name, image, and likeness initiatives and the transfer portal, all of that's kind of getting blurred more and more. But Marshall definitely should be proud of hyping up the 3.43 grade point average. The community service, I knew that was big, and it's going to be even bigger. I'll give Christian Spears, former athletic director, a lot of credit. He really was pushing that. Gerald has been pushing that strongly as well and taking it to the next level. And that helps because with this transfer portal, again, you really don't know some of these student athletes. You don't get a chance to really meet them, know what they're doing. It gives them an opportunity to get out and do something a little bit different outside of just their regular classwork and, of course, maintaining their schedule between school and the sports that they are involved in at Marshall University. So that's big. I give them that. Of course, highlighting stunt as well. The all sports partnership with the Marshall Health Network is being highlighted, something that Marshall's pretty proud of. The herd mentality. So there's a lot going on. Hopefully, in a future episode, we can bring on possibly Marshall University's Director of Athletics, Gerald Harrison. That would be a great guest in the future to bring back on, talk a little bit more about this one goal, one herd. And, of course, you can find more details over on herdzone.com, and you can highlight, some of the things. So here's sort of the vision for the future, and then we'll get to the interviews. Here's what Marshall's looking for. Early wins, it said, 26-27. The launch of Herd Cares, boosting the student-athlete experience. Ring of Honor, strengthen game days. 27-29. Advanced priority capital projects develop the student-athlete success center, identify and cultivate premium experiences that bolster the community's bond with Marshall, generate revenue, and continue the quest to achieve championships and postseason success. This is the next one, create a sustainable future 2030 and beyond. Position Marshall Athletics to remain nationally relevant, financially sustainable, and distinctively student-centered while successfully navigating changes to the intercollegiate athletics landscape. And the question that Marshall University has released, that is what the question will always be asked: does this move Marshall Athletics closer to becoming the most complete athletics department in the nation? So you can read more about that again over at herdzone.com. Let's get back to interviews, media availability today. And I'm sure you all want to hear Jalen Slappy. Slappy had some things to say. Of course, we've been talking about how Coach on Saturday really wasn't happy with the performance of the offense. And, of course, with that performance now behind them, Jalen talks about that and, of course, what this team has been doing in the last few days to kind of rebound from not its best performance, or at least in the eyes of the coach.
Yeah, I feel like the performance on Saturday just came down to just technical issues, just us not understanding what we need to do. At certain moments, we were doing it's mistakes we haven't been making all camp. It was just one of those days, I should say, but we can't have that. We got to stay consistent. Today was way better. We came out on fire. There's still a lot of things we need to clean up and stuff like that. But I feel like we rebounding back from Saturday. It got to keep happening, though, every day.
Just how important is it to have, like, the scrimmage kind of in the middle, for, you get some time to get ready for it, and then you have another one coming up this weekend to kind of close things out.
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, I like it. It gives us, like, more of a game thing. Flags get involved, everything penalties-wise, everything, without the refs and everything, everybody think everything is clean, but it's really not. So it gives us some more game understanding. But us having a lot of young guys, too, it helps us. So I think it's a real good deal.
Dealing with the QB room, everybody's a little different. They bring a little different talent. Does that change how you guys play, or in your mind, in the back of your mind, you got to know who's back there, right?
Yeah, you 100% got to know who's back there. They all got different play styles to me, but they all got one goal, of course. Carlos is a more dual threat. Khalil can be a dual threat, but he got speed and he like to scramble and everything like that. So we still protect the same way for everybody. Zion's the same way, dual threat, but they're all really good at everything they do, really. I really like all three of them.
It's kind of the same for the running backs, just the depth that they have and everything. And, you have a lot of different guys do a lot of different things, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, running backs, that's my favorite group, man. I really love the running backs. I'm glad we had Joe Sean stay. We have Judah stayed. So now added TJ. TJ's a really good player. I'm glad they stayed. They know a lot. They're trying to learn a lot, too, because we lost the two backs last year. So they just want to learn and get better. They just want a shot to play.
We've talked to a few guys about, and they mentioned Judah specifically. I mean, he's kind of he's a freak of nature with how physical he is for as small as he is.
Yeah, he's a freak of nature. I mean, Braden Ward was on the freak list, but Judah probably should have been on the freak list, literally. But in the weight room, if you see him in the weight room, he's insane. His body's insane for how little he is. He's a freaking staying up off the ground. Like, Judah's a really, really good player, and he's grown a lot. Like, I'll say he's one of the most improved players from last year. He learned. He understands his role now. He's just trying to get better.
And being kind of a role model to the young guys. I mean, he's out here working, right? That's what all the coaches are talking about, how committed he is to the work.
Yeah, he's really committed. I feel like it's really led by Joe Sean Barbie, though. Joe Sean got him every day after practice, before practice. He got the O-line to meet with them. We met yesterday about a lot of stuff. I just like the leadership in that room, really. Joe Sean taking over. He got 2 younger guys with him, and they're just falling right in. They don't feel no type of way about it. They just want to be great. Everybody wants to be great.
Ask you about guys on the line like, Dudley or those guys that are kind of come into the mix, how they've assimilated for you guys up front.
Yeah, Andrew, he's still learning a lot. He's young, but he knows a lot because he can't remind him. So that's but he's learning a lot. I'm trying to teach him in the ways because I had a lot of great centers who I played next to. Robbie Morris coming along, he's a really good player. Native, he's really good. So they both learn beside me. Everybody really is beside me, Tariq. So I'm glad they're paying attention to detail, learning everything. We just got to keep getting better with them too. So.
Jalen Slappy, sort of a tempered look at how things went down and where the herd's at. One more, and then we will get your text in for the wrap-up. Javay Gilmore, how'd that D really do against the offense? Of course, he had a pretty good day. Coach was happy with the defense, and, his evaluation on how the defensive line and everybody did on that side of the ball compared to the offense on that Saturday scrimmage.
I mean, we came a long way from the spring. We all come together as a team, and we all on one mission to get to the same place. So that which y'all saw wasn't really nothing. I just feel like the offense had to pick it up that day. But, yeah, it was just a defensive thing, the integrity we had to go get it, give it a show.
You got to compete every day, right?
Every day, yeah.
With your group, some of the guys are new, some of the guys are returners. Coach Gibson would have to say for us, but it seems like you guys came in and kind of accelerated the pace and have gotten some chemistry already.
Yeah, most definitely. Me, Jay Marsh, and Kenna was there together last year, but the young guys, we just brought them on with us and told them, we go drag her, y'all go come with us. It's one way or another.
How much does it help you guys to have so much return, to come back and get set, kind of helps establish the defense a little bit?
It helps a lot because, we got a standard and we could let them know what the standard is and how to keep that standard with the defense. So it helped away a lot.
How have you guys adapted to Coach Lambert and his scheme and how that?
That's a good adaptation to me. Coach Lambert, he's my guy. I mean, he makes me laugh with jokes all day. Then when it's time to be serious, he know when to be serious. So it was a quick adapt for the defense as a whole.
You feel more comfortable now after having a year under your belt, now sort of looked at as one of the leaders, right?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I had got a lot of plays, but my expectations is more this season personally and as a team with Coach Gibby. So, yeah, I got a lot.
Anything specific you focus on maybe for yourself or anything else as you guys got to wind down camp and everything?
The things I focus on, trying to get everybody on the same page, no matter what we're going through, down or up. So, tired or not, just everybody focus on the same thing and completing it, man.
There you have it. Javay Gilmore. Defense was ready to go, right? Come along. That's going to do it for this edition. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back with you tomorrow. We'll do it all over again right here on ESPN 94.1 and AM 930. Don't forget, you can listen to the show anytime, anywhere. If you can't listen to it live, we invite you to download the podcast. You can like it. You can follow it. It's free. And again, I used to have to tell my dentist, no, you're not subscribing for money. I'm not charging you. I mean, I should charge you for what you charge me, but it's free. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Totally free. And it's available to you anytime you want it. Have a great night, everyone. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Until then.
WRBC Huntington, W227BS Huntington, your flagship home of the Marshall Thundering Herd and The Drive with Paul Swann, ESPN 94.1 FM and AM 930.